We got Louisville as a pretty big favorite here, 14 over under 57.5. Louisville was actually kind of sloppy in week one. I would expect them to clean some of that stuff up. I get why this line is so high. What's your take on this game?
Well, Andy, I'm glad you brought that up because when we look at these teams, they both had FCS opponents. Louisville was a 38.5-point favorite. James Madison was a 27-point favorite. And you can say, oh, look, Louisville did not cover last week and James Madison covered. Therefore, I'm going to like James Madison. But when you're playing an FCS foe, especially week one, it's so very important to see how the game broke down. Now, Louisville led that game 41-0 at halftime. They scored the first 5 possessions, and they scored a special teams touchdown. What did Brom do? He said, we played a great first half. I'm going to empty my bench and let all the backups play. So 41-0 with starters, completely clean. Backups struggled. You look at James Madison. While they did cover, it was only 31-10 into the fourth quarter, and they needed to score 14 points in the fourth quarter to cover that game. So final results do not tell you how the game was played if your coach is resting starters. I will say this. I am a James Madison fan. You know, Bob Chesney took over from a James Madison team that went 11-2, and Signetti went to Indiana with, I think, 40 players from James Madison. So he basically had to restart fresh. He was at Holy Cross. He brings in the rush attack. They rushed for 192, 4.8 last year. They rushed for 331 yards and 7 yards per carry in week one. They have a returning quarterback who's excellent, and he is mobile, so that does play into the run game. Now, they're going to run the ball, but that does concern me against Louisville. You look at Louisville's front 7, 5 returning starters. One of the starters that did not start last year started 13 games the year before when he was hurt. I count that as a returning starter, make it 6. And another starter is a 5-game starter from Coastal Carolina last year. One of the best front 7s in the conference, and I think they can slow that rush attack. My numbers actually have this at 13. Again, my power ratings the first few weeks of the year, I don't really use them. I do them and monitor and see what happens. This one surprised me, though, Andy. Friday games in week 2. The road team is actually 11-5, 69% since 2011. And why does that surprise me? Because you would think early in the year, you have a short week, you have less practice time going on the road, a day less, you're out of their routine. But again, away teams have done well. And I do want to point this out. When both teams won their opener by 20-plus games, the over-under is 58% to the under. The offenses were not tested, and they certainly will be tested this week, as well as the defenses. With all that said, the James Madison rush attack, the Louisville front 7, I'm going to go under first half James Madison team total. Now, James Madison team total is 21.5 for the game, so it's going to be slightly less. The number's out now yet, but as long as you get over 10, if you're getting under 10.5 or under 11, I do like this as a best bet. If the James Madison first half total comes out under 10, I want no part of it, but I'm 99% sure it's going to be over that number. Those numbers will start getting posted on Wednesday. You guys know what to do if the number is correct. Team total, James Madison, first half, as long as it's 10 or more, we're going to go under first half. I have a very special $5 NFL play. NFL plays rated 4% or 5%. Football plays, college football and NFL, 4% and 5%, 19-3, 85%. My teasers rated 4% or 5%, 7-0, 100%, and 14-1, 91%. Get that play, $5, and remember, even though the play does not go today, the price goes back to full price at Wednesday, so any football packages you want on Wager Talk that are $5, make sure you grab them before midnight.